Welcome back to my channel. I'm Joe with Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. So I get a lot of requests to cook certain types of foods, but one of the most common requests I get is how I sharpen my knives. So on today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how I keep my knives nice and sharp. Stay tuned. All right, before we get started, safety first. I like using these cut gloves just to stay nice and safe and prevent yourself from cutting a finger off. I will be leaving links inside the description box to a lot of the things that I use in this video, like these cut gloves and even these black nitrile gloves. All right, let's get to the knives. I do want to talk about knife storage, and I have found that a knife roll like this one from Dalstrong is the best way to keep your knives, keep them from getting all banged up. So let's open this bad boy up here. All right, let's see which knives I'm going to sharpen today. So I haven't used this boning knife in quite some time because it's actually pretty dull. My chef's knife is really dull. And these are still pretty sharp, so I'm going to sharpen these two and also a pocket knife. For those of you that have been watching my videos for some time, know that this knife, this chef's knife, is the one that I use a ton on my videos, and it needs sharpening right now. This boning knife, I actually haven't used this one in quite some time because it's pretty dull, and this is my pocket knife right here. So I'm just going to move these aside and set up my grinder. All right, so these sharpening stones is what I actually use to sharpen my knife, but I found a much easier way. Now let me tell you the issues that I had with these sharpening stones, which by the way, you do have to soak in water. So the issues I was having with these stones was not being able to hold a blade nice and flat on the stone. And again, I don't think I was getting as sharp of a knife as the system that I'm using now. So the way you want to sharpen your knives when using these stones, of course this is dry, you want to make sure that it's wet, is just run your knife to the stone from the heel to the toe, okay? And again, the issue I was having was keeping that blade nice and straight. I just felt that my hand wasn't sturdy enough. And again, the knife was coming out sharp, but my new technique is so much easier. So then you want to rotate the knife and get the other side again. I just wasn't really happy with how sharp the knives were coming out. So let me move these aside and I'll show you the new way I sharpen my knives. All right, so here's a knife sharpener that I use. This is not a sponsored video. I purchased this out of my own pocket. This is the Work Sharp knife sharpener, and this is the Ken Onion edition, okay? Just in case you guys are wanting to get one, I will leave a link inside the description box where you can buy this on Amazon. So with this kit, you get the sharpener and 5 different sanding belts. So inside the box, you do get this quick sharpening guide, and I am dealing with kitchen knives over here on this far end, and I use it to slice meat most of the time. And then it asks you, is your knife butchered or is it dull? Well, my knives aren't butchered, but they are actually pretty dull. So I'm gonna work on this side and use the 65 belt, the 22, and the 4, which are these 3 right here. These two, one of them is really fine and one of them is really coarse. I'm not going to be using these belts for this video. So on this guide, it tells you the angle of the blade. This one shows 20 degrees. So on the grinder, over here on the back side is where you can adjust the knife angle. Okay, I'm just going to set it at 20 right there. And we're going to start with the first belt, which shows the X65, which is a coarse belt. So to put the belt on, you simply put it on this top wheel. You have to move this guide out of the way, okay? Because it sits like that. So you just pull it out and turn it. It just moves out of the way for you. So put your belt on, kind of like putting a drive belt on your car. And then this pulley right here, you can actually lift up. See that? And then pull your belt on the top pulley. There you go. And put your guide down, just like that. So what you want to do is grab your knife, place it on the guide, and you want to hold it flat up against this black guide right here. And then I'm going to turn the grinder on and slowly push that blade out, okay? So I'm just going to turn it so where I can see it. Okay, put your knife in there, put it on that guide where it's nice and flat, turn it on. So that's 1 time, okay? The instructions right here say to pass it 4 to 8 times. So I'm gonna go 1 time on this side. Go to the other side. Come back on this side. You're gonna do this 2 more times. Now this blade does curve, so what you wanna do is lift your knife up a little bit when it gets to that tip right here. Watch this. Just lift it up a little bit and stop. Come to the other side. All right, that's 4 times. So I'm gonna swap this belt. So this is my number 22 belt. So put that on your pulleys, push up, and put your guide down. And we're gonna do 4 times with this belt as well. Okay, now we're gonna swap out the belt for the number 4, which is a super fine. So here's our number 4 belt. Put your guide down, and here we go. 4 times with this belt as well. Now you don't want it to move too fast, okay? Take your time. All right, so I'm just gonna wipe the knife down. You probably wanna wash them and make sure you dry your knives by hand, especially if you're using a good quality knife like these Dell Strong knives. What do you guys think? Look at that. Super sharp. So here's my boning knife, and I'm going to show you that this thing is extremely dull. Look at this. Okay. It is extremely dull, and I'm not overreacting. Look at that. Just will not cut this paper. So I'm gonna run this knife through the same process. All right, there we go. Let's wipe this knife down. And let's see how we did. Oh man, this bad boy is sharp. So I'm gonna stab this paper just so you guys can see how sharp this is. Watch this. See that? Let's do that one more time. Super sharp. So I went ahead and sharpened up my pocket knife as well. Let's see how we did on this. Just wipe it down. Oh man, ridiculous sharp. So there you have it, guys. That's exactly how I sharpen my knives. Again, this is the Work Sharp Ken Onion Edition. Check it out, get yourself one. I hope you guys enjoyed this knife sharpening video. It's something, again, that you guys have been asking for. If this is your first time to my channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, Joe with Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. See ya. Man, this knife is ridiculous sharp. Whew, man.